Be sure to share this information with anyone you know who has owned their home for a minimum of 5 years or who has made some significant payments toward their principal. This is a way for them to pay their mortgage off faster, and I'm going to give you the breakdown. This is Jessica Bordelon, Realtor for Louisiana with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette. So as everyone knows, their mortgage is typically based on principal, tax and insurance, and your interest rate. Now, your interest rate initially at the beginning of the mortgage is going to be a bigger portion of what you're paying than anything else. So it is important to try to find ways to chip away at how much interest you're paying across the long term. For a lot of people, this is a very valid goal, and I'm going to teach you a trick right now on how to make that possible. So let's say, for example, that you have made a significant amount of payments towards your principal, whether you did it in a lump sum type of thing, or maybe you just owned the home for 5 years or 10 years or something like that. Well, what I recommend is doing a recast or a refinance, depending on your individual interest rate situation. You take that lower principal balance that you owe now. Say, for example, you bought it $200,000, but maybe you've already paid off $70,000 in principal and you only owe $130,000. Well, if you did a recast, which does not require a refinance, which keeps your current interest rate, whatever that may be, or you could do a refinance if you're okay with changing the interest rate. You now are financing that lower balance, say for example of $130,000, and you're extending it out for 30 years. That means that your monthly payment will drop significantly. So for example, let's imagine your mortgage was $1,700. Well, a portion of that $1,700 is going toward principal and interest, your taxes and your insurances. But if you did a recast with the lower principal balance and your mortgage decreased to say $1,300 a month, now you can still, if you choose to, pay the full amount. But now a larger amount of it is going toward principal. Let's look at how this breaks down with the numbers. So if your new mortgage payment is $1,300, that means that you're only paying interest out of that $1,300. So if you choose to continue paying the $1,700, you're paying $400 every month to chip away even faster at your principal, thus paying down the mortgage even faster than you would have beforehand. See, before you did the recast or before you did the refinance, that $1,700, large portion of it was still going toward interest. Now you've decided to take $400 of that and apply it straight to principal. And it allows you to more quickly pay off your mortgage. Another trick that you can apply is getting your primary mortgage insurance taken off. Now for FHA mortgages, this becomes harder, but if you have a conventional mortgage, as soon as your home is valued 20% above the current principal amount, you can request that the bank take off that PMI, thus saving you $100 to $150 a month right there. If you did the recast, you could further chip away a couple of $100 depending on what your particular lending scenario is. So this is a trick, and if you want more details, let me know. It is a tried and true strategy that many people have applied to more swiftly gain control of their mortgage and pay it down quicker. So if you want to learn more about this, drop a comment below, send me a message. We'll schedule a time to go over what the pros and cons are of both of these options so you can make the best decision for yourself. And if you're interested in getting a property valuation to see if you could maybe potentially get that PMI removed, same thing, just let me know. I'll share a free property valuation with you. Once again, my goal is just to help you save money and make the best financial decisions for you and your household. As always, this is Jessica Bordelon, Realtor for Louisiana with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette. And I'm here for empowerment and financial progress.